Okay, so let me start, but your videos again are off. Everyone is putting video off, which is very bad. So yesterday we started with the heating effects of current, right? We have proved that heating effect of the current, that is equal to I square RT, right? Or one more formula with it, that is V square upon R into T, right? This we did yesterday, that heat produced, that is I square RT. Now where this concept is used, if you remember, some days back I have told you why some materials are used for specific use. So here I am going to explain the applications of the heating effect. Now what are the applications of the heating effect of current here? If you remember, one application we have discussed already, that was your heating element. Heating element in electrical devices, right? There I have told you as a heating element, like an electric geyser, electric toaster, anyone which runs on the electricity, which produces heat basically. So that heating element is producing using which material? That was your Praprit. What was that material? Praprit, what was that material, bete? What material we have used for heating element? Nichrome, right? So nichrome is used for that material. Why nichrome was used? Yes, Prabh, why nichrome was used, bete? It has high resistance, right? It has high resistance. So if resistance is high for a current passing through that, then what happens? That heat produced, R is high, heat produced becomes more. So that was the case. But if you see, if you take the case of electric iron, electric geyser, but wherever we are using the wires also, those wires are made up of which material, Harnoor? Those wires are made up of which material? Harnoor. Those wires are made up of which material? Like you are using electric iron at home. The wires, no, wires are not made up of alloy, bete. Wires are made up, if you remember, transmission lines also I have used that word. Those are your metallic cables. No. Inside only electric iron I am talking. Yes, copper wire is used, right? Now, see, we are saying that when current is passed through electric iron or any heating element, right? Nichrome becomes red hot. Nichrome gets heated up, right? But why this copper wire is not heated up? Why wires are not heated up, Harshana? Why wires are not heated up? No, low resistance, right? Very good. Because if you see, same amount of current is flowing through heating element. Same amount of current is flowing through the transmission wire, copper wire. So basically, but due to low resistance, what is happening? This copper wire, the heat produced in copper wire is very less. So that's why this nichrome, because of high resistance, it becomes heated up and that gives you the heating effect. So which effect is responsible? That is the heating effect of electric current. This is one application of this heating effect of electric current. Now coming to the second effect, if you remember, one word I am using, incandescent. Incandescent bulb. Even you must all have seen, nowadays the bulbs which we are using normally, they are LEDs. Now the bulbs, they have been, see, earlier incandescent bulbs were used. Then came the time of what? Came your CFL fluorescent lamp also came, then CFL came, and then now LEDs are being used. But in the earlier times, mane say 5-7 years back, incandescent bulb, or you must all have seen incandescent bulbs. So they were used, right Manpreet? Incandescent bulbs were used, that you all have seen, incandescent bulb. Now in incandescent bulb, what is there, which material was used? That was your tungsten material. Tungsten, that filament, if you remember that bulb your parents must be having at home also. So what is there, that tungsten filament is used, and a thin wire of tungsten filament was used. Thin wire. Thin wire of tungsten filament was used. So thin wire, why it was used? If you see the table of that resistivity material, what is happening? That tungsten is having resistivity in between the metals. So what we are doing? We are making, we need resistance more. So what is there? Tungsten, we take a thin wire of tungsten. Because if we are taking a thin wire of tungsten, we are making the area of cross section to be decreased. Sneha Suman, area of cross section decreases or increases? Sneha Suman. So area of cross section decreases when we are using it as a filament in incandescent bulb to increase its resistance. If resistance increases, its heating effect increases. But this is not only the case ki why tungsten is used. One more property is there, that tungsten has a high melting point. It has a high melting point, and its melting point is around 3380 degrees centigrade. 3380 degrees centigrade. This tungsten is having the high melting point, right? And incandescent means which is giving light in the visible region. Incandescent means light giving in visible region. So then what is happening when current is passed through this bulb? What is happening? That bulb is glowing. That bulb is glowing at around 2500 degrees centigrade. This bulb becomes hot and it starts emitting light in visible region. So that's why this tungsten is used. But one more case is there. One more property is there कि it starts reacting with air at high temperatures. We have to use that material which has high melting point, because otherwise if we are using a metal, they are having low melting point, so they can melt. So what is happening when we are using tungsten? Its temperature melting point is 3380 degrees centigrade, but it is used. But one more thing is there, that tungsten, it reacts with air at high temperature. If it starts reacting, then what it would decrease its efficiency. It may fuse also. So what was done at that time? Earlier, vacuum was created in the incandescent bulb. Vacuum means no air, but it's very difficult to create a vacuum. Then ultimately what they did, they have started that inert gas. Yes, argon or neon, inert gas which does not react with any material. So they have started putting the inert gas into that bulb. Actually these bulbs have been replaced. Why? You know that their efficiency, if you see the output light coming from that, what is happening in the bulb? We are giving electric current, so electric energy is getting converted into, in this bulb, electrical energy is getting converted into light energy plus heat energy. But the amount of light energy produced was very less as compared to the heat energy produced. Mane it was becoming more hot, but light energy produced was less. So its efficiency was less. Power consumption was more. If we take two bulbs now, LED bulb, so power consumption is too less. So that's why these incandescent bulbs were replaced with now they are replaced with, now we are using LED bulbs, right, where that diode is used. So this is also one of the application of heating effect of current. I suppose this part is clear, right? These are the applications of the heating effects of the current. Now, the next article which I am going to take, that is power. Now power. Yesterday I said that when current is passed through the conductor, some work is to be done. So basically the work done by electric current, that is said to be power. Or power is denoted with capital P. So this is your power is equal to work done per unit time. Rate of doing work, that is your power. Now, if we are doing some work, some of the energy must be consumed. Even if I take the example of this duster, if I am picking this duster up, some energy is consumed. Which energy I am consuming? Yes, which energy, Mridul? Which energy I am consuming? Huh? Jasmeet, which energy I am using when I am picking up this duster? No, bete. Potential energy, when I am keeping this duster at some height, then potential energy is there. But if I am taking it from ground or from this table, if I am picking up this duster, which energy I am consuming? Without energy, can I? Oh, bete. No, how kinetic energy? Yes, who will tell? Yes, Irwin. Yes, basically muscular energy. I am applying my muscular energy. Yes, Irwin, I am applying my muscular energy, right? So basically, if we are doing some work, it means some energy is consumed, right? So similarly, if I say that power is the ratio of work done upon time, it means I can write down this is your energy consumed upon time taken. I can write down this equation as energy consumed upon time. Right? So basically this power is work done upon time or energy consumed upon time taken. So both definitions are used. The rate of doing work is called power. The rate at which energy is consumed per unit time, that is also called power. Now when I am talking about power, so I know I have to define power. I have to derive a formula for power. So I know if power is work done W upon, let T be the time taken, right? W is the work done, T is the time taken. So yesterday we did work done is equal to Q into V upon T, right? Q into V upon T. So I can write down this equation. If you remember, Q upon T, what is this ratio, Ashish? Q upon T is what? Ashish, Q upon T. Not audible. Q upon T. Potential difference. Q upon T. Current. Manjot to raise her hand. So basically this is your V into I. So one expression for power is V into I. Right? Now I can use another formulas also for power. I know what is V from Ohm's law. So this is your IR into I. If I put V equal to IR, so it becomes your I square R. Right? One more form is there. If I put I value, if I substitute here in this equation V into I, so if I substitute power V, what is I? Manjot, what is I? Manjot. V upon R, right? Right. So this formula becomes V square upon R. So we have got three formulas for power: VI, I square R, V square upon R. Now, if current is constant, like numericals would be there. If current is constant, then we would be using this formula. If potential difference or source is constant, then we would be using this formula. And it can be used anywhere, V into I. Right? So, this is your power. Then what is the unit of power? Question comes, what is the unit of power? The unit of power is watt. Watt, not kilowatt. I am saying unit of SI system. SI unit of power is watt. And this, if I see from this formula, tell me what is the unit of work done? Vansh, what is the unit of work done? Vansh. Joule. And time? Yes, time, second. Yes. So 1 watt is equal to 1 joule upon 1 second. So if we have to define 1 watt, even if I take this formula power, energy consumed upon time taken, energy again it is expressed in joule. So basically again this is, so we can give the definition of 1 watt, that power of an appliance is said to be 1 watt if 1 joule of work is done for 1 second. Another definition of power. Power of an appliance is said to be 1 watt if 1 joule of energy is consumed for doing that work in 1 second. So here the simple definition of this 1 watt comes. Now someone said the unit of power is kilowatt. Yes, of course, this is the bigger unit. And 1 kilowatt is equal to 10 raised to power 3 watt. 10 raised to power 3 watt. These are the bigger units. If I say Gauri megawatt, what is 1 megawatt? Gauri, 1 megawatt. Yes? No? Neha? Neha? Yes, Chirayu, you tell bete. What is 1 megawatt? Your mic is off. Yes, 10 raised to power 6 watt. Right? So, these are the bigger units of the power. So, basically 1 watt is 1 joule per upon 1 second. Meaning that we have divided into fundamental units. So, 1 watt is 1 joule per second. So, I hope this article is clear. Right? Coming to the next article, that is, that we have done in 9th class also. That is commercial unit of energy. Yes, commercial unit of electrical energy you can see. Firstly, I would discuss energy, right? Commercial unit of electrical energy. If you remember, now only we said that power is your energy upon time. From here what we get, energy is equal to power into time. So it means we know what is the unit of energy, that is your joule. So 1 joule is equal to 1 watt second. Right? When we are talking about this unit of energy, 1 joule, electrical energy, when we are talking about 1 joule, actually this is very small unit of energy, joule. But if you see commercial, at homes also, when we are consuming this electrical energy, then we are not using joule because that is too small unit of energy. Then a new term comes into the picture, new unit of electrical energy comes into the picture, and that unit is your 1 kilowatt hour. Yes, that we did in 9th class also, 1 kilowatt hour. Basically, students are doing one mistake every time I have observed. They are taking kilowatt hour to be the unit of power because watt is coming. But time is also there. When watt is multiplied with the time, it becomes the unit of energy. So please take care of this, that 1 kilowatt hour That is the unit of energy, not of power. Right? Not of power. So this 1 kilowatt hour is used commercially to express the electrical energy. Now, if I have to find the relation kilowatt hour, right, in terms of say joules, this is question mark. 1 kilowatt hour is how many joules, because both are the unit of energy, they are having some relation. So now I would find out the relation. I know 1 kilowatt hour is 10 raised to power 3 watt into 1 hour. I can write down kilowatt to be 10 raised to power 3 watt into 1 hour. Now for joule, what is the value? Joule is watt second. We have converted kilowatt to watt, but now I would convert hour into second. So 1 hour is equal to how many seconds? Right, 3600 seconds. So answer comes out to be 36 into 10 raised to power 5 joules, or if I divide it with the 10, and multiply it with the 10. So 36 by 10 into 10 raised to power 6 joule, or I can write down this equation as 3.6 into 10 raised to power joule. 6 joule. Yes, 1 kilowatt hour is 3.6 into 10 raised to power 6 joule. So I hope this is clear. This we have done in 9th class also, right? So when we are talking about commercial unit of electrical energy, I am not talking about any other energy. Units of energy are calories are also there. Ergs are also there, right? CGS unit erg is there. So basically, when we are specifically talking about electrical energy only, then this kilowatt hour term is used, right? This part is clear. 1 kilowatt hour is, if I say, electricity bill is coming at our home. So if you know, everyone knows that bill is coming in terms of what word? Unit, right? Unit. So Kshitij, what is the relation between kilowatt hour and unit? Kshitij, what is the relation between yes, 1 kilowatt hour is equal to 1 unit. So if in numerical they are asking you to calculate unit, they are asking you to calculate 1 kilowatt hour, then it means 1 kilowatt hour is equal to 1 unit. Means if I am saying 20 kilowatt hour, means 20 units of electricity are being consumed, because that electricity bill is coming out of that units. So this part is clear, right? Now next article which I am going, very small article, that is your power rating. Power rating of an electrical appliance. Have you heard this power rating word? What is power rating? Yes, anybody can explain? What is this power rating? Yes. If you remember, whenever we are bringing bulb at home, when you are going to purchase in the market, a bulb you are purchasing, LED or anywhere, then you have to tell whether we have to go for 10 watt, whether we have to go for 20 watt, right? So normally that wattage you have to tell. That shopkeeper would always ask, how much power bulb do you require? So if I talk about a bulb, say I take that 100 watt bulb and 250 volt. Usually this specification is given. For a bulb, 100 watt to 250 volt. That is written on that one box, right? This specification is used for bulb. Suppose I am talking about bulb first, right? So what does it mean? That if we switch on the current, right, then that voltage used would be 250 volt. At 250 volt, how much power this bulb would be consuming? That is your 100 watt. So what is the use of this specification? Even if you take any, say, blender, you are taking any electric appliance running on electricity, you take, every time this power rating is given, which is playing a very significant role in our daily life. Now what is the use? Now if I know if this is the power rating of the bulb, can I calculate the resistance of this bulb? That how much resistance this bulb would be having? Resistance is, I can use the formula power is equal to, here V square upon R. Now we did 3 formulas, but here voltage is fixed 250 volts, so I am using this formula. From here if I take R, that comes out to be V square upon P, right? What is V square means? 250 into 250 upon power is say 100. So what answer is coming? Tell me. 25 into 25, 625 ohm, right? 625 ohm. So this is the resistance of this bulb. Can I calculate current now? Tell me how, what calculate the value of current, what current would be coming? See, this resistance 625 ohm came, but this is the resistance of the bulb is somewhat less. Original resistance is somewhat less, right? Listen, this resistance is, yes, how much is it coming? 0.4 ampere. How to calculate? Power is equal to V into I. So I is equal to power upon V. What is coming, Kshitij? 100 upon 0.04. 0.4. See 20, 10 upon 25. So it is now 0.4 ampere. है ना? 0.4 ampere. Now what is the what I want to tell you? 2 points I want to tell you. When I said the resistance of this bulb is 625 ohm, actually the actual resistance of this bulb is not 625 ohm. That is somewhat less. But when we are making the current to pass through this bulb, then what is happening? Temperature is increasing. So this is the resistance of the bulb at high temperature 1. Resistance increases with temperature. Second point I want to tell you that the current flowing through this bulb would be 0.4 ampere. If it is 0.4 ampere, so what conclusion can we take? That, you know, fuse wire, already I have once explained what is fuse wire. So that fuse wire, if current more than 0.4 ampere flows through that, then what would happen? That fuse wire will melt. Right? So basically current rating money, that current rating is, that power rating is going to tell how much the maximum amount of current can pass through that appliance, and if current is flowing more than that value, then that fuse blows off and that appliance gets disconnected. And this is fuse. If you see today's ACs also, air conditioners, that fuse is also there, right? So that is tripping that MCB, if you can say miniature circuit breaker, so that is getting off. So this is the importance of power rating of an electrical appliance. So that we will discuss in the next lecture. Numericals when we will solve, then you would come to know. Now what is that? Now today I would send you assignment based on numericals only. Based on heating, if should I send numericals, है ना? Then we will practice more numericals in the next class, right? So today I would send you one assignment based on all these numericals. Heating effects of current, power. I would try to send simple numericals first of all. Then in next week, tomorrow I would not be able to take the lecture. So tomorrow